Hey folks, Travis with Destination Great Lakes. We don't do product reviews very often, but we recently bought something that I think you might be interested in. Okay, so with our new camper, there's one little flaw, if you will, that we've been trying to figure out how to address. Our old camper had a 12-volt plug in it, and I had ready access to 12 volt where I could plug a small inverter in to power our TV outside of generator hours, or just on a day where the batteries were fully charged and we didn't feel like running the generator to watch TV, you know, a rainy day, something like that. So it got us looking for solutions, and I thought maybe there'd be something that I could do off of USB, or an easy way to add a 12 volt port to the trailer. And so far, none of those options that I've been exploring have really bore fruit. So in the meantime, I started looking at other options, and I came across this. This is a Paxcess 300 Rockman 300 Powerstation. This is a 288 watt hour lithium ion battery with a 300 watt pure sine wave inverter in it. A full disclaimer here, we bought this. This was not given to us. We were not asked to review this. We bought this with our own money. So the cool thing about this is it gives us about 2.5 to 3 hours of TV watch time. And that's assuming we're using the computer to, you know, bring a movie or whatever over. And if even longer if the girls are just watching PBS Kids, which is the only channel that we can actually get over the air out here. But it has a cool little display in it. Right now we're 85% charged, and I can turn on the AC. It's got a whole slug of USB outlets that you can use to charge your devices, your GoPros, your phones, stuff like that. And it has 12 volt out. In fact, part of what Paxcess designed this for is for running CPAC machines at night. So those you campers that have a CPAC, this would be something to look at, because this will run your machine and you can charge it during the day. But the downside that I can see to this box, the only one I've found so far, is when you're charging it off of your trailer batteries, one, it charges even slower than it normally does, which is 8 to 12 hours when you're plugged into 110 up here. It charges even slower, often not even getting a full charge because the voltage of your trailer batteries drops too low. But it also, because it takes so long to charge, can actually make it to where the solar panels behind me can't catch up, because this thing's pulling so much power off of it. Yesterday the solar panels had good sun. We made somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 amp hour worth of electricity, worked out to about 360 watt hours. This thing was pretty dead when I started charging it yesterday. That sucked up a lot of that 300 some watt hours that we made. Didn't leave a whole lot for putting back into the trailer. So if you have something like this, they do sell solar kits for charging them, and I may investigate getting one of those. Or just plan on upgrading your solar, which may be the direction we go. A couple of cool uses for this thing. I mentioned that you can use it for a CPAC. Stephanie and I were thinking about maybe buying a small oscillating fan for our bedroom, because, you know, on the days like today where it's almost 90 degrees, that camper's 90 plus, and it doesn't cool down very fast at night. So having a small fan in our room powered off of this would be great. We've used it to blow up air mattresses. You know, our son came out and he threw an air mattress in his tent. We've used it to fan our fire with our little air pump. There's quite a few things you can use this for beyond just TV. I've charged computers. I've used it to power my computer during amateur radio field day. Possible video coming on that yet. Still got a lot of work to do on it, so I don't know when it'll come. But really, this thing has got a lot of uses outside of just watching our TV. And it's something that had I had ready access to 12 volt, I wouldn't have considered buying, but I'm glad I bought it. And even if I do find a way to put an inverter by the TV, I will probably still end up using this for certain things. Okay, so what do I think about this thing? Overall, I think it's something that has a place in the camping world, especially in the more modern camping world where you've got your phone with you. Yeah, you may not have service like we do here. We have very limited service, but you still have your phone. You want to be able to take pictures, record, stuff like this. This would give you a place to charge it. If you're somebody with a CPAC machine, again, I think this is something you have to have for the simple fact that it gives you the ability to run your CPAC overnight. In fact, Paxcess says they sell 12 volt adapters that will allow you to not have to use the inverter, so it's more efficient. So they actually intended this to be used for that purpose. Again, I'm glad we bought it. I think it's a good product. I'll have a link to it down in the description if you want to check it out. There are different sizes. There's one that's bigger than this that I thought about getting, but it was out of stock, which is why I bought this one. I'd like to know what you guys think about this device. Is this something that the modern camper should have? Is this something that anybody should have, even if they don't camp, for at home, stuff like that? So make sure you leave comments down below telling me, hey, this is something that I could use in an emergency situation, or I would use it for this. Let me know what you would use something like this for. And until then, you guys take care, stay safe, and we'll see you at our next destination. Bye-bye.